What's good, YouTube? Today we have another market watch, and there's been a lot going on despite the format evening out. And Masao Ikawa has come to me and shown me a few things that I'll mention that's been with the OCG, because I don't keep up with the OCG. We're a TCG channel here, but with market watches, the OCG does come in and mess with the market, and it is smart to look ahead for investment so you're not overpaying for cards later. But the spikes have already happened, and I report on prices. I don't hype them. So that's kind of why sometimes this is more informative of, like, if you already have these cards, you're a winner. And if you don't already have these cards and you wanted them, I'm sorry. So let's go ahead and get into this one. Storming Mirror Force, the highest rarity, First Ed Secrets, the lowest you can find on TCG is $16. And this card earning its price, kind of. I'll explain that in a bit. $12 by one seller, and then $13.78. So those are the only three existing. People trying to get rid of them fast on eBay. That just happens. But once 3 copies are gone because they don't have multiple, the lowest is 16. So I would say Storming Mirror Force is very good because, unlike Quaking, it puts the resources back to allow you to attack in for game. It doesn't keep them on the field like Quaking, and it allows you to have monsters unlike Drowning. So it definitely has its uses, it has its place, and I think it's pretty good. Like, you would rather have this than a Drowning if you're playing heroes to protect your Totally Awesome and Darklaw, you know? So that's why they play Quaking most of the time, though, because they can deal with things once they're permanently set. But definitely, I could see why it's gone up. You can see on the graph here, it's just been slowly trailing up overall. And the Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere Mode. Okay, this card has been overhyped so many times. And they're actually, before I started this market watch, I refreshed the page. And there was not a $20 near mint one, and now there is. But then the rest are all 25 and up, and eBay's absolutely off its rocker with this card. $32 lowest. The rest are all the Japanese ones, Korean ones. If the lowest is 32 over here, TCG players finally getting some wins here on something that's hype, which is kind of surprising to me because lately it had been the opposite. So good on TCG player on this one. Being competitive, forcing the price down. I don't know that it should even be at, 25, though. I think 20 is a good resting point. You meet that point of playability and then the point of collectability. That's what this card really offers. And then the memes. Why not? It's a meme. But I don't see it like being played enough. It doesn't top enough. It doesn't do enough. Your opponent can play around it by leaving only 2 monsters on board instead of 3. That's why Lava Golem's a better card. It limits them to only having 1, or it's going to go off. But some of the most insane boards open, like Mulan Glacia, Triple Toad, and Mermails. Like, that's an actual play, like Jay Freeze was showing Billy, and Billy told me about it, and it's pretty optimal for them to open that way and insane, but it can be done. So I can see, like, the worst situations, but still, if they decide to only keep, like, Darklaw up and one other monster, like a Rafflesia, this card does nothing for you, and that happens a lot. So, I don't know. I think Lava Golem's a better card. Mithrilium bounces it, you can trade it in Dark Lords. Overall, I just find it the better card. So, let me explain this card. It's one of the new True Kings coming out. All the True Kings are level 9. That's important for the next card I'm going to show you after the True Kings. It requires 3 monsters and or continuous spell and trap cards to tribute or normal summon in set. It's unaffected by the effects of cards with the same card type, monster, spell, or trap, as that you tribute for this. So you can tribute 1 monster, 1 phase of continuous spell, and 1 continuous trap, and oof, it's unaffected by spell, traps, and monster effects. Very, very win more. And if it happens to get destroyed, so let's say Utopia is summoned and beats on over this, you can special summon... Well, actually, no. Never mind. Utopia would not be able to. Jeesh. So ignore that, because Utopia would stop its effect from activating. But when it's destroyed by your opponent's card by battle or by card effect, you can special summon a Earth, Water, Fire, or Wind Fusion Synchro Monster or Xyz from your extra deck. So a lot of things are going up fast because of this. And the True Kings have actually gone down in price from my last market watch. They were at 5s and 6s, and now they're at 4s pretty solidly. But one thing you can actually overlay into with the True Kings, which are, as you see, all level 9s, is Hearth Earth Dragon, and this thing has an insane effect. So there is one $10 English Ghost Rare, but it's not shown Ghost in the picture, so maybe it's not. Maybe they just thought it was, and they thought they had a cool card. But there's only one American English, or none. Or is there none? Man, we see some from the UK and international sellers at cheap, though, on eBay. But on TCG Player, there's only the $30 one. And man, is there really none? I thought there was. Japan, Fake Body God, this doesn't look real, and Japan. So, yeah, the only ones on market are 30 plus, and a first edit 45. Geez, so the buyout was real here. And what he does is, your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from battles involving this card. That's a continuous non-activated effect. During your opponent's end phase, you can detach an Xyz material from this card, banish all cards your opponent normal summon, special summon, or set this turn. If this card is destroyed while it has Xyz materials, you can special summon it from the graveyard, and if you do, it gains 1,000 attack for each card currently banished. So Pot of Desires, this is just a giant, massive, insane beater. But Kaijus don't destroy when they tribute, so it's still a very, very interesting card to be up so high. And it's just happened recently. You see the graph hasn't reacted over here. But man, just off the market completely because of True Kings. And another funny card is the Last Warrior from Another Planet. You see this, but the only first set that exists mint on all of online is $19. It doesn't exist first ed mint anywhere on eBay. All unlimiteds, light play, just an insane amount of cards, non-first ed. Yeah, it does. When I searched earlier, it did not exist first ed. So, yeah, guys, that's kind of a thing. You can summon Last Warrior from Another Planet when this guy dies. His name right now is but that could change. Most of the True Kings names have changed. So it's just kind of interesting to see. And this is what Masao showed me. These things are going up. So the last two are my own personal. I would invest in these now rather than later kind of cards. So Kaiju Slumber. Kaiju Slumber has been going up, actually. The lowest on eBay's are 250 packs. And I have price plus shipping lowest first on here. And then we see single unlimiteds at like 5 and 5. So eBay kind of off its rocker again here. But on TCG Player, we see the quick rebound. There's a bunch of $2 ones, 250, 250, 250. So what's happening here is Junishishi / Zodiac Beast. The Zodiacs are causing this card to go up because the second most popular variant in Japan is the Kaiju version, where they're very vulnerable to field wipes overall, especially with Kaiju. So you can Kaiju them and play this card and just kind of go in on them because all their reactives, they're not like playing traps, I believe. I believe most of them are using their own monsters to kind of disrupt. There's very few playing traps that I know of. Then again, like I've said, I don't pay as much attention to the OCG. They could be playing Dimensional Barrier, I imagine, to stop the other opponents from going off. But field wipes are definitely one thing they're susceptible to. So what's better than a Raigeki and Double Dark Hole? How about a Dark Hole that gives you a giant monster on top of it and lets you start to go in for an OTK? We see that its prices have been going up. And overall, like I said, on eBay, there's only those 2 packs for $5, and then they're all $5. That's pretty insane, and there's not many, 16. So another huge thing about this card, it was not mega tinned, and that's part of the reason it's up so much. There's no reprint of this card, so definitely earning its price. I think it will be $5 to $7, if not more. I would get yours now from TCG Player, and it could quickly become $5. I wonder how many copies exist. Like, you see it's already $4 on the front page here. Like, people are ready. People know it. And, I mean, you should get yours cheap while it lasts. And my other one is Spiral Super Agent. So, almost $4 on eBay. He's tanked even lower. You see this graph, he's just been going down. but the norm is still 4. Available for 333, 335, 335. So just 4 pictures of the new Spiral cards last time on Facebook from the official Konami TCG site. Managed to spike this card from $4 to $12 last time, just because they showed pictures of support. That was pretty insane. But this card alone is very insane. It helps rank 4 strategies, and I think it's bottomed out here. Getting your copies at $3 would be very smart. Getting your set for under $10 would be very smart, in my opinion. And if they're just missing that one piece, they have an amazing field spell. They have this guy. They're missing that one last amazing piece to break this deck through. It got 9th at a regional, and it lost in the last round to get 9th. I know Team Innovation Yu-Gi-Oh! Got his invite using this card as well, like the deck, the Spiral deck itself. But something Japan doesn't have that we will have are Junishishis, and we could see a deck using Spirals and Junishishis potentially. It's something that doesn't exist in the OCG, and there's Junishishi everything. There's so many variants of them. Why wouldn't there be Junishishi Spirals? Why not? So, I think it would be smart to go ahead and get yours. It definitely can help rank out things. It's an Earth Warrior, so there's some synergy there as well with Invoker, I believe. And overall, I think both this and Kaiju Slumber, if you don't have yours right now, get yourself a set. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about my potential investment calls here. Let me know what you think about the boss monsters for the True Kings, like going up ridiculous, just random boss monsters that this guy can summon. Because most of the time when he's going to go, I feel like it's going to be a Kaiju or Lightning, so he's not going to get his effect. So I don't know about them being that much, but like, you're actually summoning him by overlaying in this deck, I suppose. And then let me know if you think Raw is still overinflated. Should its resting price be 20, 15, 30? What do you guys think? I definitely think there's a lot more going on every single week with Yu-Gi-Oh! Than people realize in the price market. And I hope this helped you all out a little, especially if you had some of these cards.